It's not like I just pulled out some alcohol from my cupboard. I did, actually. I pulled out some alcohol from my cupboard.
I'm happy to drink.
Hello, hello, hello! Welcome back to another episode of Women.
What was that voice?
Sometimes I turn into a different accent. We don't know who it is, we don't know why it's there, but it's gonna happen.
Generic European accent, spot on there.
Yay!
But yeah, hello, welcome. Sorry, I've been so thrown off. I'm so professional. But yeah, the reason that I'm taking the reins on this episode is that I'm going to be going through some weird biology facts that I have kind of accumulated through the years. And Hella is she's gonna be drinking Prosecco from the looks of it. She just whipped a bottle of Prosecco Rosé out the cupboard.
You happy if I open this now?
If you want to.
You gonna drink with me?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
We're not going to disclose what time it is right now. But I'm happy to drink.
I mean, the plan was to kind of have this yesterday and then start recording and do an episode where we're just drunk, which we could do, I guess, and then see if actually, this would be really fun to get drunk on whilst you're telling me biology facts. Because I'm already thinking that biology is a fluke.
Excuse me?
There's no proof!
How dare you? I didn't realise I was sat next to a climate change denier, flat earther. I thought I knew you.
It was the funniest thing. I was in Lithuania with my family, went to see the Ed Sheeran concert. I was telling my mum, like, come on, guys, the earth is flat. And my mum looked at me like she was worried that there was something wrong with me.
I thought she was going to be like, who is this child? I don't...
Oh my god, that wanted to come out so badly. I've never had a bottle do that before. But I'm pretty sure this was the bottle that... So, at my job, we celebrate certain things and we get bottles of alcohol. And I get Prosecco because that's the one I said I liked. Although I'm very happy to get Martini because that's my favourite. But this... so, yeah... And this is I got from work, so I had to carry it home, which took like an hour, and I think that's why it's being a little special. Can you just pop that in?
I think it's fine.
It's fine.
That was a nice popping sound.
I've just never had it pop like that before. That's insane.
Really?
Like, not this intensely, no.
That's usually how it sounds.
We now have champagne. We can continue. We are of age, guys. We are allowed to drink. It's not like I just pulled out some alcohol from my cupboard. I did, actually. I pulled out some alcohol from my cupboard. I have milk in here as well.
So I saw the outro. This is going to be interesting, how this is going to end up. So I've kind of just compiled some random facts that I know, obviously. And we're going to just kind of look at some animals that I've picked out that I think, quite interesting. And we're going to start with bears. Do you want to hear my bear fact?
I do, because I love bears. Guys, an interesting fact, polar bears are my favourite animal. That was a very weird accent. Polar bears are my favourite animal.
Love it. So my fact is, so we know that bears hibernate, right?
Yes.
Basically, when they are hibernating, going into the deep sleep, they have a buildup of urea in their systems. And that urea gets basically recycled into skeletal muscle. So basically, they turn urea, so, from your urine, into muscle. So when they come out of hibernation, they are swole. They are huge.
So bears found a way for human... Wait. So bears have a way to not, consume creatine and protein powder because they have the powers to create muscle from pee, which humans could search up to do the same.
No.
Oh.
Humans, I'm going to put it now, humans are pretty lame in terms of our evolution. We're all about brain.
True. But then again, I guess the brain could figure out something, but that's really cool.
Yeah, they come out absolutely hench which is great. And also, before they go to hibernation, of course, they have to build up their fat reserves. And this is another fun fact, that you can vote for the chonkiest bear during Fat Bear Week with Katmai National Park in Alaska.
Oh my god.
So they take pictures.
Can we go?
They basically take pictures of as many basically fat bears that they can find, because these bears they're trying to stock up on obviously fat before they go into hibernation. So yeah, they get absolutely massive just being like eating like, you know, fish, insects, fruit.
Can you imagine
as well.
eating so much that fish makes you fat? We consider fish to be healthy.
Actually, it's just the amount that they need to survive for that period of time.
But that's so insane. They must have looked at humans and been like, you know how they're trying to get really buff? We can do it better, right?
Watch me.
Watch me. Let me just hold in Mama Piro.
All they have to do is sleep for a few moments and then they come out hunch. Like
I found out though that they don't even sleep. Like they're actually awake the entire time. They're just not really active.
Yeah, you are correct. It's not actual hibernation.
Yeah.
Basically, they enter this lighter sleep state, which is called torpor. And that's also, it's sometimes referred as dormancy, and it's that period of time where they have like reduced metabolic rate and body temperature. So yeah, and hibernation is basically a prolonged torpid state. Badgers and red squirrels, they also don't really hibernate. They enter a state of torpor similar to bears. So they be sleeping in the winter.
I don't really love to read that much, other than if it's like a crime book, I'll do it. But I used to have a lot of like animal books when I was younger, and those are so interesting to read. And because I am obsessed with bears, that is the only reason I know that. Because I actually used to read when I was a kid.
Welcome to biology, honey.
Oh my god! If I continued, I would have done your degree with you.
It's a good degree to do, guys. I'm just saying. Biology. If you're not sure on what degree you want to do, biology is a good one.
Music rules.
But biology.
It's true.
No, music is also really cool, and I would never be able to do the stuff that you do. So don't even worry. And another note on when we're talking about hibernation, there's also similar things. There's brumation, which is what reptiles do.
Is that when you bury them?
No, they do like a sleep, basically. It's similar. It's that period of dormancy when they get cold and they're very still, because reptiles are ectothermic, they're cold-blooded, so they don't generate their own warmth, and it is dependent on the environment. So when it's cold, they go sleep, basically. And there's also, this to do with insects, they have a thing called diapause, which is slightly different from hibernation, torpor, and brumation, because they basically interrupt their life cycle. So they basically don't age, which is insane. Yeah, it's basically hitting the pause button on their life cycle. So it could
But
be...
they still, like, it's like ends up, like, resting in a way, because they pause it, right? Or they just continue on as usual. They just pause it, they're like...
they just pause their life cycle. So this can occur as an embryo, as a larvae, in the pupa state, or as adults.
So... if we just learned from bears and insects, we would be, like, unstoppable.
Well, the key thing is that we don't have those, like, adaptations.
No, but we could learn to recreate something similar
I'll
like that.
tell you what, I feel like in the winter months, we should go into a period of hibernation.
I do feel like, especially, like, taking it from the fact that it's cold, we can consume loads of fat and put it on, but it doesn't work the same as it does obviously for animals. So having to still do full-time jobs and running around and doing all of that is very, very difficult.
Yeah, like I feel like in an ideal world we could, like, you know, chill in the winter months, like stay at home. That's what I want to do.
I mean, I understand, but then you'd still have the job. I just don't think it should be as strenuous as it would be. It's the same for, like, summer when it gets really hot and you're expecting people to run around. I don't know whether it's, like, waitressing or serving people. Like, it's genuinely just running around in a hot month or a really cold month. It's expecting a lot. Either give a raise for just for that period of time, like, or like, less hours or something like that. I don't know. That's just my opinion on it, you know?
So true, bestie.
Which I had to say my job has done to an extent. So
You were happy with that.
yes.
I'm going to move on to an animal that I really like and I feel like needs more representation.
Okay.
And that is horseshoe crabs. And
I thought you were gonna say chickens.
I could have a whole essay about chickens, don't you worry. But to people who don't know what horseshoe crabs are, firstly, Google a picture. They do look prehistoric because they haven't evolved in the past 200 million years. So they are often called living fossils, and they are older than dinosaurs.
Oh God.
So their ancestors lived about 445 million years ago. To put that into perspective, dinosaurs first appeared about 200 million years later.
Is that the ones that you get, like you see in Pirates of the Caribbean, where everything turns into crab and they're like really weird and round?
No.
Oh.
That's Calypso from, well...
No, I know, but like she turns into crabs.
She does. These little stone crabs which aren't real.
Ah, that would have been so cool. These are so weird. Look at those eyes.
I know. They're weird looking things. And I think also if you watch Alien, the face huggers, they look kind of similar.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of on a side note, a lot of aliens, especially Alien, they're based off of deep sea creatures. So that's really cool. And a fun fact about horseshoe crabs, as well as being very, very old, is that they have blue blood. So
that's cool.
Yeah, we have red blood because we have iron, which is part of hemoglobin. So the iron makes our blood red. Whereas they have a copper-based respiratory pigment, which is called hemocyanin, and that's basically what makes their blood blue, or like a bluey green. So that's really cool.
It is really cool. Give me some blood after midnight.
I can tell you, relating to crabs, the crab shape, the body of crabs, is the ultimate beach bod. And I'll tell you for why.
Oh, you might have to explain that. Oh, they're huge.
Yeah, you can get big ones.
Damn.
But talking about crabs in general, thinking of the classic crab shape, that crab body has basically evolved in at least 5 separate lineages, which is why I'm saying that this is the ultimate bod, especially for the beach bod. Basically, it's called carcinization, where they you turn into a crab and you have a crab-shaped body. And it has adaptations. For example, it has a lower center of gravity, which allows them to walk sideways, which is a very good form of locomotion. So yeah, you you can start working sideways. And yeah, we see carcinization as an example of convergent evolution. So that's when different groups independently evolve the same traits. For example, bats and birds both evolved wings, but they're not related to each other. So that's...
Bats?
Bats.
Bats. Oh.
Bats and birds. Basically, crab bod is the ultimate beach bod.
I like 6 packs of beer.
That is it for this episode, but we will be back with another one next week.